see. Let me check. So it is. Got it. Welcome, imaginary audience in the future. Today is September 1st, Wednesday, September 1st, 12:39 a.m. Whoa. Let me let me get this thing in place here too, because apparently I can't. Ah, there we go. That's how it works. You got to have a microphone to pick up sound. Oh, okay. Well, I said this before, but I'm going to say it again because now the microphone is set up. Today is Wednesday, September 1st, 12:39 a.m. This is an experiment, episode 18. Episode 18. This channel has officially become an adult and gone through puberty and the existential crisis. Just kidding. Um, Man, and I still don't think anybody's ever seen this. I love that I have this little outlet for myself. It is. It's like my as I kind of like reflect on how this has been. It seems like so long ago that I started this and just nothing at all at the same time. When I think about it, it seems like so long ago and also just yesterday, because there's like 20 episodes and it's been like a month, or there's not 20, there's 18. What it doesn't matter. I don't even know what I talked about in most of me either. Like, it's just like me ranting at a camera. And at this point, I'm fully convinced that no one's ever going to find this. I say that, and then there's been a couple like times when it almost slipped out that this is like something that exists for me. But it is. This is like, this experiment is like my dirty little secret, and I kind of love it. Um, so I launched my offer today. Also, I cut all of my hair off today as well. Not all of it. I was kind of like, I thought like, let me go really really short. I'm just gonna buzz it all off. And she was like, well, I don't know. If you're not used to it. I was like, okay, cool. We'll go short. And I'm kind of like, I wish I would have just like just buzzed it all off. And I don't know. I might like give it a week, and I'm gonna go back and just like get the rest of it off. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go to my bathroom, use my own thing. I don't really even think I have any, but anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, I launched my offer and cut all my hair off because I was in that kind of mood. Shocker. That's what happens. Um, I put it out into the world and got a nice little group of reacts from it. Um, Nobody reached out with interest in buying it. Had a couple people that said this looks really cool, and if I had one person say if this looks really cool, and if I had the money, I would buy it. I had a couple other people say this looks really cool, but looks cool doesn't pay the fucking bills. It doesn't, and I'm as I started, and no, I'm just complete non sequitur. As I started learning about crypto over the last couple of days, and this person that I came across, one of the principles that I found out, or not really found out, but that he talks about, um, is this idea of following micro strategies or short term strategies that are diametrically opposed to long-term plans, long-term goals, the big picture thing, right? So the example that I'm gonna give for this, since I learned about it in crypto, the example for this is if your big overarching strategy, rather micro strategies that are diametrically opposed to long-term strategies. The idea is that if you implement short-term micro strategies that are diametrically opposed to long-term macro strategies, then you will lose every time, and it makes sense. And it's something that I always kind of felt like I had like speaking to me in the back of my head, but I never put it into words, and I was never able to put it into concrete thought or structure until I heard him say this. And I was like, oh, duh, that makes so much sense. And in the world of crypto, the example is, if the long-term strategy, the macro strategy is to acquire crypto assets, whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum or BNB, whatever it is, right? Whatever your crypto of choice is, if the macro strategy, the long term, is to acquire more Bitcoin, then to implement a strategy where you buy Bitcoin at a low price and then sell it at a high price to gain a profit, it's diametrically opposed, because you're not acquiring any asset, you're buying an asset and then immediately selling it to turn around and buy more of it. It's diametrically opposed, which is why so many people, in his words, wreck themselves. And the same thing, and as I started thinking about that, and put it into the scope of my business, was when I was like, well, shit, no wonder I've been struggling all this time, because this strategy, this internet marketing, post content, drop stuff, like enroll, hit people up on, Facebook Messenger to get them to enroll in your shit and all of that. It's like, cool, but that's not my long-term thing. That's not my, like, what I want my business to look like is creating a word of mouth referral business. That's what I want it to be. I don't want to do any of that like social media bullshit, or at least I don't want to do that to generate clients, right? If I do that stuff, it's not to generate clients. It's not to, whatever. It's just for the sole purpose of doing it because I want to, because I feel like people might value from it, not to get clients. And so using that stuff to gain clients when it's diametrically opposed to my long-term strategy, which is word of mouth and referral, no wonder it's not working, right? It's not in alignment. It's on the other side of the field. So I put out my offer, not complete crickets. I got heart emojis and thumbs ups and this looks really cool and good job and all that, but nobody stepped forward wanting to buy it. So not shocked, and who knows, it's only been 12 hours maybe. So there is still time for someone to do that. The question is, what do I do next? I don't know. Here's the thing too. The other part is this idea of building out a program, a 8-week, 9-week, 11-week, 12-week, 4-week, 6, whatever. You build out a X number of weeks program, and then you sell people on it and you enroll people into it. And that's kind of like what the strategy is, right? Creating a program. Diametrically opposed to my long-term strategy. Do I want to do I want to have a program that scales to the moon? No, I want to have a handful of high-fee clients. When I say high-fee clients, I don't mean a handful of people that are paying me, $6,000. I mean, a handful of people that are paying me like, $20,000, $25,000 for a coaching agreement. Not a program, a coaching engagement. I think that's what I'm going to call it now. It's we're engaging in enrolling in a coaching engagement. We're going to be engaged in coaching for this period of time. I like it. Not let me set up this cookie cutter process, because it doesn't work for me. And those two things are diametrically opposed. If I really want to do one-to-one deep coaching, like trying to push a program isn't going to work. It's just not. It's not going to. That's okay. But I just have to accept that that's not where I'm headed. And I think that's what I've learned. What I've learned throughout this process and this month of, because I mean, this shit is fucking fire. I know it is. If somebody wanted to buy it, they would learn a lot about it. They would learn a lot from it. They would learn a lot about themselves, and I would be able to shine a light on a lot of stuff for them in the process. Um, but and I could build it out, but it's like, and it's like, and the people are like, oh, you don't want to do the work to build out a thing. It's not that I don't want to do the work. It's that the work doesn't excite me. Well, no, you can't do everything. You can't, don't, some things you have to do that you don't enjoy. It's like, yeah, I get that. I mean, maybe, I guess. Why? Why does it have to be like that? I don't know. Can it be different? Why not? If we're truly the creators of our own reality, then why limit ourselves? You know, um, I saw someone made a post on Facebook today, and it was after I dropped my offer, and it was almost like it was really funny because this person said, "Why is it that mindset coaches are like the most problematic and need the most work or something like that?" Well, I mean, we teach what we what we struggle with the most, right? Um, it makes you think a lot about people that teach marketing. It's true though, but no, I read that and I was like, "Is this about me?" And then immediately after that, I was like, "Am I projecting my insecurities?" Uh, and ultimately, what I came to after that was, it was this kind of like, you know what? Even if it is about me, this motherfucker doesn't know who the fuck I am. Even if it was, even if it was about me, even if he saw me drop my mindset offer and he was like, you know who the mindset people have the biggest problem. It's like, fuck off. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know me. Fuck out of here. Right. Like that's ultimately what I came to with that, which is like, that's mindset right there. Like if I take this whole mirror thing and I boil it down to one example of what that process actually looks like, you know, what does the world shine back at me, and how do I experience it? Uh, I'm scrolling through Facebook and the mirror is showing me mindset coaches, and somebody thinks that mindset coaches are the ones with the biggest problems, and then I say, "Is that me?" Bam, caught it. That was the insight. That little moment, that fleeting spot, recognizing, oh shit, I think that's about me. Why? Let's explore that. Is it because I feel like I am the problem? Am I targeted? Or is this about me? Or is this not about me and someone else? And I'm just taking it that it's about me? Doesn't matter if it was about me or if it was about someone else. What matters is that in that moment, I had to question, is that about me? Did this guy make this post about me? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it did something for me, right? It triggered something. It was reflecting something back at me. So I took that as a moment to figure out, why the fuck does it matter so much, right? If I'm questioning something, I see this person say, mindset coaches are the ones that have the biggest problems. They're the most problematic. Oh, is he talking about me? Okay, why am I even questioning if that's about me or not? I shouldn't be questioning about that. I know that, like, I don't need to be questioning that, because even if it is about me, dude doesn't know who the fuck I am. He has no room to talk. Straight up. Straight up. Um, and that's how this shit works. Instead of like going on for the rest of the day, like, oh my God, dude, what if that guy was talking about me? Am I really the problem? Do I really have a problem? Is this about me? Maybe I have a problem. Oh shit. I don't know. Maybe I can't do this anymore. No. Bam. Right in that moment, that was all it took. Right in that moment. Is this about me? Nope, caught it. It's like a safety net, right? Not even a safety net. It's like a early detection system, right? It's a showing me that there's something that I need to look at. I catch on it like instinctively. There it is. That's me projecting my insecurity. Let me look at it. Let me figure out what's going on here. Let me find a workaround. Let me find a replacement. Let me do something. Let me do something to just like nix that. Just cut that off right there. And in doing that, and here's the glory of it. In doing that, I just validated my own process, right? In doing that, I validated my own process. It works. You stick to it, you do it long enough, it fucking works. You can become your own mindset coach if you want to. If nobody buys this, then it's going to go in a book and I'm never going to teach it ever again. I'm going to be like, you motherfucker. That's not true. It's not true. I'll figure out something to do with it. I don't know when. If nobody buys it, maybe someone's going to buy it. Who knows? We'll see. But all of that to say, one of the biggest things that I've learned about this month is about implementing micro strategies and short-term strategies that are diametrically opposed to the long-term objective, right? Long-term objective is I want to have a referral word of mouth business where I don't have to do any bullshit internet marketing. That's the long-term goal. And the short term of internet marketing is diametrically opposed to that. So, of course, it's not going to work. I'm going to lose. Makes sense. Makes sense. Totally makes sense. So, what next is kind of where I'm at. Ideally, I flip a couple NFTs. And I flip a couple NFTs, I get into crypto, and I start making bank. But it's asset based. Here's what I love about it. It's based on assets, and juggling assets. I'm really good at that. Back when I was a weed dealer, that's what it was all about. Let me take an asset, buy it at one price, and sell it for a higher price, right? Let me find something that I can pay a small price for that I can exchange it for a higher price later on. And even if I have 20 assets that I buy, and let's say I have 20 assets that I buy for $10 each, that means I have $200 in assets, right? And let's say that I can sell 15 of those assets for $20 each. I've got 10 assets at $20 each. So or 20 assets at $10 each. So let's say that I can sell those assets not for $10, but for $20, 100% markup. And I sell 15 of those assets at $20. I'm going to do some rough math. That's $300? $300, right? So I had 20 assets at $10 each. I sell 15 of them for $20. Then I've got 300, which is up from the 150 that it cost for me to buy those assets. Even if I don't make any money on the other 5 assets that I still haven't sold yet, I'm still up $100 from the initial investment of $200 for 20 assets at $10 each. Simple math, right? And you just cycle it, and it's really easy to maintain that. Buying and reselling assets, and except in this case, it's NFTs and it's crypto, right? Buying crypto assets and then selling them. Flipping assets. Flipping things. I'm good at that. I can do that. I have no problem doing that. If I know the rules of the game, then I will win. That's why I was so good at selling weed. So no one buys this offer. If no one buys this offer, fingers crossed, I do some good work in the crypto sphere, make some money, and get to the point where I have a like ideally this is how I see it working out for me. This is my like look, this channel, this video, this has become my mental play space at this point. And you can see my growth in real time if anybody ever starts watching this. Is the way that I see this is first off getting a buffer in place. I want to have a 3-month nest egg. Okay. 3-month nest egg of like, if everything falls to shit and I can't do anything, there's the 3 months, right? That's the first benchmark is a 3-month nest egg, right? Let me breathe a little bit. So I have a 3-month nest egg and I've got a 5K per month salary is like the first benchmark. Next spot is growing that to a 6-month nest egg with a 10K salary. After that, it is growing it to having a 12-month nest egg with a 20K salary. I don't know if that's doable. We'll figure it out. Honestly, with where I'm at right now, if I got to the point where I had a 10K a month salary, I could live off that while I built up wealth that I could retire off of for the rest of my life. I would be okay. Honestly, even 5K a month, maybe not 5, like 7.5, 7K, 7K salary, 8K salary a month was what that's what my take home is. That's what I get to spend on stuff. And the rest of the money stays in investments and assets to build wealth, ideally. Because sure, I could take a lower salary out to myself at the beginning equates to more money in the system accruing interest that will serve me in the long run. That's how it works, right? Yeah. Yep. So I don't know. First spot is, I think first benchmark is getting to having a 3-month nest egg with a steady 5K per month salary. Like that's when I know, okay, I can breathe for a little bit. And let me get to the next step. First financial goal. First financial goals are eliminate debt. Not because I think debt is a bad thing. Debt can be helpful if utilized correctly. But I'm not in the place where that makes sense right now. It's not being utilized correctly. So I need to clear out debt so that it's being utilized more efficiently rather than being utilized inefficiently, which is where I'm at. Nothing wrong with that. We all have our places, but this is kind of where my brain's at with doing all of this stuff. Cleared out the debt, cleared out inefficient debt, and 3-month nest egg, and 5K per month salary, where I can consistently say that I'm paying myself 5K a month. Yep, that's it. So would love to make that happen. I've got crypto that I'm waiting to cash out. I don't know exactly what's going on with all of that though, because well, I have to wait for it to get approved, or whatever. So, or for the funds to get released. I don't know what it takes to make that happen, but I mean, it says it's on hold for 9 days. So, fingers crossed it eventually releases, and I get to start playing with it. But hard to say exactly how all of that is going to play out, in all honesty. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I don't even know like where yeah. I don't know. That's all my thoughts on this right now. Not as long as usual because I did it 2 days in a row. It seems like the longer I wait, um, the greater the amount of time between doing one of these, the longer it takes to get all my shit out. Yeah, that's true. This is starting to become an essential part of my life. It's almost a necessary practice. So, I guess this I can't talk right. This is what happens when you start an experiment. You know what? This is almost what I view as this idea of doing something until it becomes normal. What is the new normal? Well, the new normal is I have to show up on a computer and talk to myself in order to be able to clear my brain out because there's so much shit going on upstairs in my mind. So anyway, today is Wednesday, September 1st, 1:05 a.m. This is an experiment, episode 18. Pew, 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 pew. Turned adult. Okay, I'll catch y'all later. Beep.